Hello everyone, welcome to our channel Knowledge of Friends. Subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon for the latest update. Today we're going to start with the quantitative aptitude class, and this is in the classes your 70th classes. Here we had done your 69 classes. Here we had done in arithmetical ability only. We had done your operations on numbers, LCM and SCF of numbers, on decimal fractions, simplification, averages, square roots and cube roots. And then we had done your problems on numbers, problems on ages, surds and indices, and then now we had started with percentage. In percentage we had done your 121th question in the last classes. Before starting with this, it's a huge request to all the viewers to please go through the subscribe button and please like, share and subscribe our channel so that many maximum people can get the information at once, and even that you can also enjoy the video as well. Let's go ahead for the scene. The question we have, the first question of the session is, it is at an election involving two candidates, 68 votes were declared invalid. The winning candidate secured 52% and wins by 98 votes. The total number of votes polled is that what we have to answer it out. Option we have 2382, 2450, 2518, and none of these. So we'll go ahead for the same. 122th question of the session. The question being has, at an election involving two candidates, '68 votes were declared invalid. The winning candidate secured 52% and wins by 98 votes. The total number of votes enrolled on the voters, that has been the total number of votes polled is that we have to talk about it. So in the same cases as I told you in the option as well, we'll go ahead for the solution here. Solution we have, let the number of valid votes be x here. Let the number of valid votes be x, then 52% of x minus 48% of x is equals to 98. That means which has been 4% of x equals to 98. So 4 upon 100, x equals to 98, x equals to 98, and then when cancel it out, 2 2s are 4, 2 5s are 10, 0, 2 1s are 2, 2 2s are 4, and 2 5s are 10. That will be multiplied by 25 equals to 2450. So total number of votes polled equals to 2450, and there are 98 votes at the total number. We have to find it out for the same, and for the 68 votes were declared invalid. So they will be counted because we have to find out the total number of votes, which is equals to 08 plus is your 8. When we add on 5 plus 6 is 11, 1 1 carry, 4 plus 1 5, and 2 2518 votes. That will be the right answer for this question as well. We'll go ahead further, which we'll talk about it, and that will be in the another important question here, which is the 123rd question of the session. Let's go ahead for the same. 123rd question of the session is 10% of voters did not cast their vote in an election between two candidates. 10% of the votes polled were found invalid. The successful candidate got 54% of the valid here votes and won by majority of 1620 votes. The number of the voters enrolled on the voters list was, this has been asked in SSC examination papers. So the options we have 25,000, 33,000, 35,000 and 40,000. We'll go ahead for the same. 10% of the voters did not cast their vote, did not cast their vote in an election between two candidates. Ten percent of votes polled were found invalid. The successful candidate got 54% of the valid votes. And won by a majority of 1620 votes. So the number of voters enrolled on the voters list was, this has been asked in SSC examination paper, which has been an important one as well. So we'll go ahead, as I told you the option as well, 25,000, 33,000, 35,000 and 40,000. So we'll go ahead for finding it out the answer as well. Let the total number of voters be X here. Let the total number of voters be X. Then votes polled equals to 90% of X. Valid votes equals to 90% of X. So 54% of 90% of X minus 46% of 90% of X equals to 1620 that we have. So 8% of 90% of X equals to 1620. 8 upon 100 into 90 upon 100 into 90 upon 100 into X equals to 1620. X equals to 1620 into 100 into 100 into 100 upon 8 into 90 into 90. Okay, so we just cancel it out here. This is your we have your 2 4s are 8, 2 8s are 16, 2 1s are 2 and 0, then 2 2s are 4, 2 4s are 8 and then 0, 2 5s are 10, 2 1s are 2, 2 2s are 4, 0, but 2 se cancel hoga only, so it is being the 405 only. Okay, so it will be 2 itself. Then after that it will be 2, so 2 1s are 2, 2 5s are 10 and 0, so 0 will cancel by 0 here itself. And now we'll cancel it out by which is it will be cancelled by 5. So here it is your 5 1s are 5 and 5 8s are 40. It will be 5 8s are 40, and then you have your 5 1s are 5, so 9 1s are 9 and 9 9s are 81. This is 81, 9 9s are 81, 9 1s are 9 again, 9 2s are 18. Okay, so this is 2 here, so 2 1s are 2 and 2 5s are 10 and 0. Then ye 50 or ye 100, so we'll multiply that and we'll get here is 5 and this is 100, and when it has been multiplied and which has been remaining as well here is being also 5, so 5 5s are 25 and 25 and to 50, and that is being your 25,000 will be the right answer for this particular question as well. So now we'll go ahead for the next, and that we'll talk about it, which has been another important one, and that has been the question is your 124th question of the sessions as well. So the questions, as I told you, is 8% of the people eligible to vote are between 18 and 21 years of age in an election. 85% of those eligible to vote who were between 18 and 21 actually voted, and in that election the number of person between 18 and 21 who actually voted was what percent of those eligible to vote is being, that has been asked in RRB examination paper, which has been the important one as well. In terms of it, we talk about it. We'll go ahead for the same here. 8% of the people eligible to vote are between 18 and 21 years of age in an election. In an election, 85% of those eligible to vote who were between 18 and 21, who were between 18 and 21, who actually voted in that election. The number of person in that election, the number of person between 18 and 21 who actually voted was what percent of those eligible to vote. This has been the question has been asked in RRB examination paper, which has been the important one as well. Options we have here is your 4.2, 6.4, 6.8 and of course 8. So we'll go ahead for the same, and that is if we even though have to talk about it. and that has been the important one as well. We'll find it out for the same, and that is we have your solution for this. And the same cases here, we'll find it out. As I told you, let the number of person eligible to vote be x. Let the number of person eligible to vote be x. Then number of eligible person between 18 and 21 equals to 8% of x. Number of person between 18 and 21 who voted equals to 85% of 8% of x, which is equals to 85 upon 100 into 8 upon 100 into x. So here for this we cancel it out further, and we'll get here, that is we'll find it out the solution here. So 2 4s are 8 and 2 5s are 10 and 0, and then it will be your this has been 4, and it has been not cancelled out, of course, and cancel out further. 2 2s are 4 and 2 2s are 4 and 2 5s are 10. Other cases we not cancel it out, it will be like the same here, and but further it will be your 2 2s are 4 and 2 5s are 10 is 25, and for the same, and I will continue cancel it out. 5 5s are 25, 5 that is your 5 ones are 5, and 5 is 5 7 is 35. This is 17, this is 5, because it is not been cancelled out, so we'll go ahead here. Further we will cancel it out, moreover it will give you 68 upon 1000 x. So required percentage, we find it out. Required percentage is equals to 68x upon 1000 into 1 upon x into 100%, that is being equals to 6.8% we have here. That will be the right answer for this question as well. Now we'll go ahead for the next, and that has been another important question here, which has been important one, which has been 125th question of the session as well. So we'll go ahead for the same here. That has been the 125th question of the session. The question has been, in an election, 30% of the voters voted for candidate A, whereas 60% of the remaining voted for candidate B. The remaining voters did not vote if the difference between those who voted for candidate A and those who did not vote for was 1200. How many individuals were eligible for casting vote in that election? Options we have 10,000, 45,000, 60,000 and 72,000 as well. So we'll go ahead for the same. Let's go ahead here. In an election, 30% of the voters voted for candidate A, whereas 60% of the remaining voted for candidate B. The remaining voters did not vote if the difference between with the difference between that we have the difference between those who voted for candidate A and those who did not vote was 1200. How many individuals were eligible? How many individuals were eligible for casting vote in that election? This options we have 10,000, 45,000, 60,000, 72,000 we have. We'll go ahead for the same, and that is we have to find out for the solution here. Let's go ahead. Let the number of persons eligible to vote be X. Let the number of persons eligible to vote be X. Then voters who voted for A equals to 30% of X. So voters who voted for B, voters who voted for B is equals to 60% of 70% of X. It will be equals to 60 upon 100 into 70 upon 100 into 100%. When we further cancel of X, it will be equals to 42% of X. Voters who did not vote equals to 100 minus 30 plus 42% of X equals to 28% of X. So 30% of X minus 28% of X equals to 1200, which is equals to 2% of X equals to 1200. So X equals to 1200 upon into 100 upon 2, which is equals to 60,000. That we have as an answer here. Now we'll go ahead for the next, and that has been the important question, as I told you, and that is really important too. On the same cases, you can solve with that as well, and we'll be ending it up after that. So that has been the last question. You can say that has been the last question of the sessions here. We'll start discussing about 126th question of the session. The question is, two tailors X and Y are paid a total of rupees 550 per week by their employer. If X is paid 120% of the sum paid to Y, how much is Y paid per week? This question has been asked in NET examination paper. The options for this we have 200, 253, 300, and none of these. So we'll go ahead for the same. Two tailors X and Y are paid a total of rupees 550 per week by their employer, paid 120% of the sum paid to y, how much y paid per week. This has been asked in your that has been in your NIFT examination paper, we can say that, and that has been asked here, NIFT examination, and which has been important one. The options we have 200, 250, 300, and none of these. And for the same, we'll go ahead for the solution here. So let the sum paid to y per week be rupees x, then x plus 120% of x equals to 550. So this is will be rupees z now, so it will be z here, and that will be, in the same cases will be added up for z here. So on the same cases, that further will go ahead. So for the same, that will be your z plus 120 upon 100, x equals to 550 equals to 11 upon 5x equals to 550, which is being equals to z equals to 550, 50 upon 11 into 5, and that is your 11 was 11, 11 5 is 55, and 0 5 5 is 25, that is being the 250. We have your answer will be the 250 will be the right answer with this question. Now we'll be ending it up, and now we'll discuss in the next rest of the question in the next coming class, where we have to discuss here is your 127th question of the session as well, and the class will discuss is your 71 classes of the session as well. So you'll be ending it up. Before ending it up, as I told you that we had done your sociology, software engineering, and chemistry, where we had in chemistry we had done unit 1, unit 2, unit 3, unit 4, unit 5, unit 6, unit 7, unit 8, unit 9 as well, and the conversion, the element, symbol, name, atomic number, molar masses as well, logarithms and antilog as well. Talking about that, other than that, we had understanding the human being comprehensively, the human aspiration and its fulfillment. In that, we had done your, which is being unit 1, unit 2, unit 3, unit 4, unit 5 respectively, their 2 marks possible question. After that, we are dealing with the ER diagrams as well, and now we'll start discussing about the CPNSC as well. In terms of reasoning, where we had completed a verbal reasoning, in that we had completed your general mental ability and the logic reasoning. In our verbal reasoning, we had done series, analogy, classification, analytical reasoning, mirror image, water image, embedded figure, completions of incomplete pattern, figure matrix, paper folding, paper cutting, rule detection, grouping of identical figures, cubes and dice or situation, figure formation analysis. That is we are dealing with the last topic, and after completing that, we'll discuss about the practice question paper, and then of course we'll end up with, and after completing reasoning, we will surely be starting with the bank PO question paper and the bank PO important topics that we have to deal with it. So no worry about that. And in terms of quantitative aptitude, this has been divided into two sections, which has been the arithmetical ability and the data interpretation. In arithmetical ability, we had done operations on numbers, LCM and SCM of numbers, then decimal fractions, simplification, square roots and cube roots, averages, problems on numbers, problems on ages, odds and indices, percentage. This has been the 10th topic, where we had reached your 126th question of the session. After about that, profit and loss, ratio and proportion, partnership, share, rule, time and work, pipe and system, time and distance, problems on train, boards and stream allocation or mixture, simple interest, compound interest, logarithm, area, volume and surface area, races and games of skills, class, and stocks and shares, permutation and combination. After that, probability, true discount, bankers discount, height and distance, all cities as well. In data interpretation, we have to cover up the tabulation, bar graphs, pie charts, and line graphs as well. So here we're gonna end up with, it's a huge request to all the viewers to please go through with the subscribe button, and please like, share and subscribe our channel, so that many maximum people can get the information at once, and then you can also enjoy the video as well. Thank you. Hope you enjoy this video. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up and give a suggestion on the comment box, and please like, share and subscribe our channel as much as you have supported us. Thanks to all those viewers, and please keep supporting us as you had supported till today. Thank you. And whatever the subject you required of, or the topic you required of, you can just tell me in the comment section. I will be surely be providing you that as well. And please support us. Please like, share and subscribe our channel. Thank you.